Hello, happy hump day, and welcome to an all-new fucking season of Stop Faking It. It is season 2 of the Stop Faking It podcast, and I am your host, Emily Bracey. And RIP, Ho Gives No Fucks. If you haven't heard the news, IG has gone soft on us, and I have changed my handle to Emily E. Bracey Comedy. If you know my name, it'll be super easy to remember. If you don't, please follow me right now. So you don't forget. But yeah, happy 2024 also. That's a thing right now. That's weird. Because we're recording this episode in November, end of November. Oh, and while I say we, it's because I am sitting here with my best friend of like 20 years, Lindsey.
Woo-hoo!
Sup, girl? Ooh, go back a little bit.
I don't know how to do anything.
That's okay. We'll edit that down.
You made me do so many things.
So many things today. I know. We're sitting here. Our hair did look nice. We were doing a photo shoot earlier for my clothing line. And
almost real.
Got rained on, but it was really nice. But yeah, I have down that we're going to cheers my bowl and your White Claw. Wait, to Emily E. Bracey Comedy. Cheers.
Ding.
I can't smoke it yet, though, because I've been dying to tell Lindsey a joke that we'll get to later. But the last time I told it to someone, I was a little stony baloney, and it did not come out correctly. Yeah, so Lindsey and I have been there forever through it all with each other. And then she moved across the world to Thailand for almost 10 years.
You came twice?
I came 3 times.
3 times.
We were really drunk the first time.
Yeah, that one.
So that
count.
one's hard to remember. It's 3. I came 3 times.
That's the most anyone's ever come to visit me.
You're welcome. Anywhere you go, I am there. But yeah, how did they allow you there for so long in such a peaceful country?
You know, I'm not sure. I think that I tricked them into working in a school, and they were like, yeah, she can just stay. It's very chaotic there, though. I think I blended right in.
Yeah, so I mean, that's what you did. You taught at a school, right? You did teacher?
I taught swimming.
Swimming.
Yeah, at a private school, which was really fun. But outside of school was way better.
All the buckets with
all the
alcohol.
buckets, all the mopeds.
Yeah, and this is so cool though. Like, it sucks that I can't just be like, when am I gonna go visit Lindsey in Thailand? But you finally live in the States, so I can finally see you more than once a year.
Yeah, that'll be good. Even once a year, twice a year.
I know, twice a year. Well, I'm the same. I feel like most of the time we made it almost like once a year, a lot, because you would come home for like Christmas and stuff. But yeah, have you learned a lot this week? Specifically this week, because I have.
Specifically?
So Lindsey and I learned that if you have a very nice Thanksgiving dinner to go to, like at a restaurant with a shit ton of food, don't go to all-you-can-eat sushi and hibachi like 18 hours before.
Yeah, it honestly seemed like such a good idea. And then sitting at dinner, I was like,
I don't even know what it was.
Thanksgiving?
Brunch?
What was it? Thanksgiving lunch? Brunch?
It was all a blur.
The whole day meal that we ate, but I ate again, so I guess it's not really
so many meals.
So much food.
There's so much fucking food.
So much food. We ate a lot this week.
We ate
My favorite hobby, though.
I
so I'm not
ate
sad
more
about it.
this week than I've eaten in the past month.
Lindsey's here.
It's so good, though. But yeah, so
that's only one thing. I feel like I give a lot more information.
We also learned our.
I'm a scientist, so
you are a scientist, but we also learned who here can take roller coasters and who here can't.
Not me, apparently.
Lindsey?
I don't know why. I was like, I get motion sickness in the back of the moving car. I was like, let me ride a roller coaster for 6 hours. I was unwell.
What was like? Yeah, when was the last time you rode a roller coaster though? Was that were you in your 20s or 30s? Because that's probably a difference.
I think probably the last time was when we went to Universal.
Oh, was that almost 30?
So that was like 2 years ago, and then I think before that must have been probably like Darien Lake or some shit.
Okay. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not. Oh, huh?
Did you go on a roller coaster in Japan?
I can't remember if the Disney Sea had. They might have had like a roller coaster, but they're not really roller coasters at Disney World.
Okay. But got you. Attractions.
They're attractions. You just sit in the boat and it takes you.
That sounds great. Wow.
Doesn't fling you around.
But yeah, I'm so excited to finally have you on my podcast. For a while I was thinking, I was like, we could do a Zoom one, and I was like, that's not as fun.
Yeah, this is way better.
This works way better. My extremely subpar recording studio that is also the guest room she's lived in for the past week.
Yeah, this is the best. Also, if you guys catch me just whispering.
She wants to do ASMR now.
It's I can't be in front of this microphone without whispering. I'm literally like,
be there all night.
And quieter, and quieter, and quieter. I don't know how you get in front of this microphone and don't just like whisper and or sing.
I
just
literally
like, hello.
couldn't even be sitting here and you'd be fine.
It'd just be me, no microphone on, just me going,
But
I can't be normal. Remember in college, we'd go into the recording studio and I'd be like pretending to sing in front of the microphone. I can't be normal with it.
I know. We were singing. Who was singing there before us? Adam Levine. Yeah, that's the story for another time. There might be some names in there that shouldn't be said. No. I'm not sure. Adam Levine, that's the name.
That's the name. We shouldn't bring him up.
That's the name. So I, all week since Lindsay's been here, I've been telling her I had a joke to tell her.
I can't wait.
And I have not told her. And that's, like I said, the reason why I haven't smoked yet. Because the last time I told it and I was Stony Baloney, it did not come out correctly. But do you know a lot about Star Wars?
Not a thing.
That's okay. I don't know much either, but it's kind of like Star Wars.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Yoda lady.
Yodelay hee hoo. Yodelay hee hoo.
That's literally, I didn't say you.
And then I need to do a Star Wars. Oh, Yoda.
That was
Yoda.
So yeah, I've been waiting to tell her that joke all week.
I knew it though.
Was it
I'm
good?
funny, that's why.
Was it good?
Yeah.
It's funny. I FaceTimed my dad and I told him like last week, and then my grandpa, I said it to him, a little 95-year-old man. He goes, "Yodel lady who?" And I said, "Grandpa, why are you yodeling?" It's so good.
You said that's the joke. You didn't say why are you yodeling. You still did.
Because you went yodeling.
Yeah, but that's good. Because then I'm actually yodeling.
That is true. But yeah, I thought it'd be fun to tell the listeners about how you solved all the world problems just a few days ago.
Oh my gosh, I did. It's because when we're together, brain cells.
Brain cells, one
The
half
two.
of a whole brain.
Yeah, they get in there and they do some work.
Do some work. Not smooth brains. The opposite of smooth brains.
Bumpy brains.
But yeah, so we were listening to a very specific 2009 Warped Tour playlist on Spotify. And it's a very specific playlist. The timing was, I was looking more for 2008, but 2009 was what was available. That was the longest one. It's a 17-hour playlist. If you want it, message me. It's great.
Yeah, it's really good.
So I don't even know how to explain Warped Tour.
Yeah, if you...
I mean, it was a bunch of bands. It was a music festival, but we would go at like Darien Lake, which is like an amusement park near us, when we could actually handle, I can handle roller coasters.
No. Not anymore. Warped Tour is like, if you know, you know.
Yeah, like what kind of singers were there. But anyway, so what did you say?
I said the world was good because the boys were whiny.
They were very whiny.
They were in their bands, like, whining, but in a nice way.
And they were, most time, they're very kind.
Yeah, they were saying nice things, but they were, like,
so I have some
most
examples.
whiny. Oh.
Okay, so I thought to start with, from 2008, Fall For You by Secondhand Serenade.
Oh, yeah.
They say, "Tonight will be the night that I will fall for you, over again. Don't make me change my mind. Da da da. Because a girl like you is impossible to find." Now, that, but whiny.
So good.
So good.
But the whole song in the beginning, remember? I said, this song is a mixed message.
It is a mixed message.
It's
He's
about
gaslighting
him
her.
having a tough time. And he said, you know what? I might be the terrible person here, but tonight I will fall for you. But
Yes.
he's whining about it.
He's whining about it.
So he's like, people are tricked into thinking it's a romantic song.
Exactly.
But really, he's like, I'm a shithead.
So.
But surprise, love me.
Love me. I mean, I think that makes sense because I was looking at a new song, one of Drake's new song, IDGAF. I assume that stands for I Don't Give a Frog. Nobody, I don't know. So the lyrics. "I don't be given no fucks. I say what I want. Do what I want." Nothing. No whining.
Yeah, no whining and really
Annoying.
no storytelling.
No
either.
storytelling. That was very annoying.
We're like, we get it.
Oh,
Drake,
you don't
you're
give a
you.
fuck, Drake? I haven't on Instagram since 2015.
Yeah.
Cease and desist, honestly.
We turned 15. It just went. down. It can only go up from here.
Obviously. Okay, so back to 2006.
6.
Yeah, I jumped a little. Here by Hello Goodbye. Are you ready for these beautiful words? Mind you, whiny. I fell in love with you suddenly. Now there's no place else I could rather be but here in your arms. Oh my God!
Honestly, the world was right. If someone said those words to you today, you'd be like, wow. Instead of what's that TikTok where he's like, dung, I love you, bitch.
Bing bong.
Like, if someone said that to you, you'd be like, yes, but they're like whining, so you're like, I feel bad for you somehow. It's so good.
But I feel like, too, in the back in our days, like our high school days, it was like, even if the guy was whining about the girl, he was like, but I'm a piece of shit, too.
Yeah.
It'll
just be great.
It was the best thing to ever happen to feminism.
I can add in the wines. The wines were so good, and the girls were also.
Oh, we'll get there.
We're gonna get to the girls.
Get to the girls.
Okay, great.
Yeah, no, we're gonna get there.
Balance here.
So, Jack Harlow came out with a new song, "Loving on Me."
Yeah.
He says, "I'm vanilla, baby. I'll choke you, but I ain't no killer, baby."
Interesting.
What do we think
I
about
feel
that?
like vanilla and choking don't really.
No, and I also
go
feel like
together.
when you have to tell your date you're not a killer,
Yeah. Probably not the best.
you
Is that
might
a red
be
flag,
a
Jack?
Killer.
Should Jack come on your podcast and just tell people?
He asked. I didn't have time, so
You're like,
season 3 maybe.
Sorry, Lindsay's here.
Just
Gotta
whisper
pick and
into the
choose.
microphone. Okay, but yeah, like you were saying, it's not just the men doing things. I'm without even going into it really. Allie and AJ potential breakup song. Let's just start with the cover art because young female artists of today could never.
They couldn't. In the moon.
Was it okay? Yeah, it
It was like a big moon, and
they're posing.
they're really ready for
the
it.
energy. And like they weren't even like pop artists then. Like they weren't like.
And they didn't have moody music. It was like
It
half
didn't go.
pop, half
Whatever they wanted.
whatever they
Kyle
wanted it
XY.
to be. Yeah, it was the best.
Yeah, so they were more in charge, I would say. They're not whining about the men. No, they are. Now they're whining about the men.
Yeah, they've swapped. Women need to be in charge in the songs again.
Okay, so Allie and AJ, potential breakup song. A little bit of lyrics I'm about to read here, but you need to hear more of it. I mean, I know you know it, but the listeners to feel the whole effect. It took too long. It took too long. It took too long for you to call back. And normally I would just forget that, except for the fact that it was my birthday, my stupid birthday. I played along, rolled right off my back. But obviously my armor was cracked. What kind of boyfriend would forget that? Who would forget that?
Yeah, we gotta know.
And by the way, this is called the potential breakup song.
So this
right
wasn't
there.
even, they might not even broke
She's
up.
already planning the breakup, though.
Yeah.
She's doing the gaslighting.
Yeah, she's like, I already know what's gonna happen. Surprise.
She's in charge.
Yeah.
Because he's
and
whining.
she's telling him, and he probably didn't even know.
Because he's whining.
Yeah.
It's so true. So let's go to everyone's radio homegirl. We're not going to really get into this too much because fans can cancel a Small Girls podcast in a second. But Olivia Rodrigo. New song. Here are the lyrics. 'Cause I've made some real big mistakes, but you make the worst one look fine. I should have known it was strange. You only come out at night. I used to think I was smart. You made me look so naive. I can't even read the rest, honestly.
There's not enough in charge, girl.
No. She's doing...
Where's the one when she's driving by the house? She's
that
in
was
charge
the
in
best
that
one.
She's like, I'll drive by your house, check up on you.
That's when I thought we were going to get back, but none of
Yeah.
the guys, it wasn't, no. But that was also kind of weird because she was only like 16 at the time.
Yeah, she should not be driving.
No, go home.
Yeah, what are you doing? I do not support being outside past dark.
No, absolutely not. Was it dark when she was doing it?
In the music video, I think it's like dusk.
I didn't watch that.
Can they be outside after when you're 16? Don't you need to be home by like 6?
Some things have bells. Or like the...
Faulkner has a bell.
That's the one I was thinking of.
She's a great artist.
But
though.
also, obviously, I feel like people our age growing up, we listen to the radio more.
Mm-hmm.
whereas kids now just like use their phones. But I don't know. Maybe they are the ones listening more. Something needs to be done, though, in the music industry.
We need
Whiny Boys 2024.
Whiny boy bands.
Whiny boy bands 2024. Because even the boy bands aren't that whiny. They got too poppy and peppy.
One
Direction, they all went in 5 directions. Yeah. What does that mean? Allie and AJ, they're still sisters.
And, one of them, Boys Like Girls, I think they still make music. They're still together.
They do,
They're still in the One Direction.
That's good. That's good. Anyway.
They get too poppy and not whiny enough. They can just whine in their songs about each other.
Exactly.
Instead of breaking up.
Exactly. Okay, so changing the world. One
brain cell at a time.
One emo boy band. Honestly, I'm up board with that. So I was just going to get into us going to school together in Oneonta. So Lindsay and I went to Oneonta and FIT in New York City together for school. And we had an apartment in Oneonta our junior year.
Yeah.
And we called it
the Crack Castle.
The Crack Castle. The Center Street.
The Center Street Crack Castle. Again, if you know.
Because we had this, like, you had a hookah.
We had the hookah, but we had, like,
we had, like, a balcony.
The balcony, but we had, like, those, like, mesh fabric things from probably one of your projects.
Yes.
And we had them on the window, but they were, like, neon and still a little bit see-through.
Yes.
So we had, like, the hookah on, like, the mixed.
But the smoke would, like, kind of go out. And I remember it was, like, one of our friends or something was like, it looks like you guys are in a crack den. And we were
it
like,
was absolutely
thank you.
The vibe that we were going for.
Thank you. We had a life-size cutout of, like, 15-year-old Justin Bieber. At the time, no, he was probably older than that.
He was probably 16 because he had, like, I think it was, like, his baby era.
It was his
era.
Selena.
No,
it was
when it was Beauty and the Beat.
Era. Oh, it was Beauty and the Beat era.
Because he had,
so
like,
he was
that
18.
cropped, like, jacket thing.
Also, life-changing music, Beauty and a Beat.
Yeah.
If you wanna make your life better, go listen to that.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
We're also keeping an eye out for Selena.
Yeah, always. She's coming back. She comes and goes, but we always looking for her.
She's still the most followed person on Instagram, I think. I think so.
Behind me. I'm about to be next.
They'll follow you.
After this podcast.
You'll have 6 followers. They're all my account. All of my different accounts.
They're all going to be, it's like when Thai people make a Facebook.
Because Lindsay lived in Thailand.
Oh, yes. We said that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right? It was the introduction. I laughed. Backed up because you visited me 3 times.
No, back up your mouth a little bit.
Oh, yeah. The microphone. So, like, they'll make a new Facebook. Not for any weird reason. But, like, they'll just forget their password. So, like, you'll have one person follow you, like,
my great aunt
times.
does that.
Yeah. You're like, but I get it because
How do they have all those emails?
I don't know. I would literally be like, your siblings added me on Facebook for the 5th time. Tell them to stop adding me.
No, that's literally, like, my aunts.
I don't know if they make a new email or if it's just, like, maybe they get a new phone number because that's very easy to do over there.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I've never asked. I've just always accepted.
Yeah. But, yeah, it was, how did we get talking about Facebook?
We were looking for Selena. She pops in and out.
I don't know. Instagram.
We did it. We're almost there.
Roger's like all out of brain cells from listening to us this week.
Yeah. She's like, you were like, I can only understand 50% of what Lindsay says, and Lindsay can only understand 50% of what I say, but it like goes together. And Roger goes, well, I can understand 0% of what any of you guys are saying.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, that's all you need, Roger, really.
That's all you need. Yeah. Just take safe.
He's just like sitting there like, yes. This was a requirement. It was in the vows.
It really was. I did. I made this list of 100 things. It was almost 100. I didn't put numbers on it because I was like, I'll just stop when it feels right. But this lady told me in like 2015, she was like, you should make a list of everything you want in a man. And you should be really specific. And I was so specific down to like, he has to look good in burgundy. One of them was he has to tolerate Lindsay's existence.
Yeah. And that's tough.
It's happening.
Yeah.
It's a thing. And there was one that said like he had to be between like 5'8" and 5'11".
They were really specific.
No, they were very specific.
I think there was some that I was just like, delete that.
Yeah. Like he has to be okay with needles enough, but like he can't be a heroin addict.
Yeah. The fine line.
There's fine lines. So honestly, anyone trying to bag a husband or wife or someone, make those lists and
Yeah.
never throw them out.
Just
Actually,
keep adding them from 15-year-old you.
it was I was not 15.
Oh, 2015.
20.
2015.
Lindsay keeps screaming into the microphone.
I told you I can't be. I just want to be next to it and whispering.
I like look at the sound waves and all of a sudden you come close and they're just fucking huge.
There's so many things Emily makes me do. I just go along with it. That's how we've survived.
Do you want to reminisce?
It's just like half of our friendship is like you make me do something and the other half is like me being like, it'll be fine.
You mean like eat that?
Yeah, eat that.
Eat that.
Do that.
Do you want to reminisce with me?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Our first party and last party
One and only.
at the Center Street Crack Castle in Oneonta.
Ew.
It was a smell
Just silence. We both are like,
that I never wanted to smell again. Like, I wasn't even a beer drinker then. I've never really been a beer drinker.
No, I think that's when I had to stop drinking beer.
No, because in a couple weeks you did like a beer Olympics.
Oh, yeah.
And you and Melissa
Just two.
split like
A case.
30
of beers.
like Natty Lights.
It was fine. It was Keystone, I think. That was the vibe. That's even worse. Natty, yeah, Keystone. We said we can do a case race.
Oh,
but we don't have any friends. So just two of us will be fine. It wasn't. But yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, because we waited until it was warmer for the party. Because one of us.
That was like St. Patrick's Day.
Oops.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was working out. And
Yeah.
then I remember someone going to the party, saw me leaving the school, and they're like, "Why are you working out?" And I was like, "I don't drink beer.
And then I'm waiting for the vodka to come out.
I'm waiting for the vodka."
Help me.
But yeah, I'm
was
really
that?
glad we had the first party. Like, we had the first party because it was like right at the beginning of the school year.
Yeah.
We only invited people we knew, which was like the swim team
Yeah.
and like some of my friends. And
But it turned into like a lot of people.
it was a lot of people. And we lived like in a duplex where our good friends lived below us. And then we lived up top. And for some reason, the party was probably because the downstairs was too nice. Let's get real.
Yeah, the downstairs was so nice.
So beautiful. We didn't need that. We had
No.
the ugly carpeting. They had the nice wood
yeah.
floors.
I think
as
we
it
were like,
should have
the party
been.
should be upstairs, which why?
Because that led to the boys peeing off the balcony, and it
Yeah.
wasn't even like a balcony. They were peeing onto what's that stuff called? Onto the screen.
They were peeing through the screen on the balcony onto the front, and I had gone out on the street.
No.
And I turn around because I'm like trying to figure out how loud the party is because we didn't have that window situation.
No.
And the boys are peeing through the screen onto the ground from the second
No.
story. But it's
No.
because we ended up with a lot of
No
people
wonder you
in
have
our-
like lung infections all the time.
I blame them. You guys, is this me?
Living by pee screened air.
You peed through our
Screen,
screen and then we
screen.
sat out there with the hookah. We had to clean a lot.
We cleaned
That
a
was
lot that
gross.
next day. It smelled
So
like
bad.
I'll never, because I think I ended up sleeping on the couch. One of my friends, I made a water bong because that's like, I have like 6 things I'm good at, and one of them,
It's a lot.
it was 5 things.
Yeah.
Now it's 6. One of them is being able to like smoke out of like anything, and I'm really
Yeah.
good at making like janky water
Yeah.
bongs. And so I made one, but it would get you fucked
Yeah, it
up.
was-
Like if you ripped it twice,
You were like, I'm dead.
you're done. And one of my friends did, and it was so funny. She was so high, so she had to sleep in my bed.
There was so many people that slept at our house.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
Like, and we only have the 2 couches. But
I'm like
there were
looking at your eyes. I feel like you have memories just unlocking the.
It really is. I'm like, oh my god, there was so many people at our house. Like, there were people like,
because we had that back room.
Yeah.
That was a fun room. We had like a game room
yeah.
in our college apartment. It sounds
Yeah.
nicer than it is.
We were like,
We
we had-
also had that wall by the refrigerator that every time just about someone new came in, we
Oh yeah,
we wrote their height.
it was like a requirement. I was always down at the bottom.
And then we had like I looked up celebrity heights.
Yeah.
And I had like Snooki down there at like
Justin Bieber
4'11".
was in there.
No, we outlined your entire body with
On the
crayon.
wall.
Also, if you're renting, you can just use like washable crayons
Yeah.
and then use Mr. Clean Magic erasers to get them off.
And or even just I think water. We were just like,
So the thing with that is it leaves like the oil residue, which is like, unless you hate your landlord.
oh no, our landlord was really nice. I think.
I don't know.
I don't
We didn't
know.
talk
They
to
let
him
us
ever.
climb the roof and didn't care. So
Oh yeah, well you tan really well on the
Yeah.
roof. Remember when I fell?
I know.
Was that-
Okay. So we
If
were
people
like,
wonder why I'm sober now.
yeah, honestly. So
like
if
fell
you're
for me.
anywhere in New York State, if you're not like on a lake or something, the space for tanning is like not
Minimal.
ideal. There's like nowhere. All the houses are close together. So in our college house, there was like the shared garage. But like, we're just like two college girls. We like don't own a ladder. We don't own anything. Still basically how it is today.
Yeah.
So we're like, you know what we can do? We can tan on the roof of this garage because it's flat and it's black. So we'll get super tan. So instead of trying to find a nice way to climb up it, we like found like an old bed frame and like leaned it up against the like trash bins.
Against.
And then put like something on top of that.
There was like a
like the trash bins had like a roof.
Yeah.
So leaned it up onto that, and then from there we like hoisted ourselves up onto this garage. But this is like an entire bed. I think it was Melissa's bed frame because she got like a nice fancy bed frame.
I don't know.
Emily's like trying to get off of it. She's like holding on to the top, and the whole thing.
Oh, mind you, my blood was like completely tequila at that point.
Yeah, it was only tequila. We were like, let's just bring the whole blender up here. There's an extension cord.
Yeah. So I would literally on that bed frame, and the next thing I remember is I'm just in the gravel.
Yeah, so she's
driveway.
She's laying in the gravel, trapped, and now all of us.
I was really weak and tiny back then too. Like my first thought was, how am I gonna get this off of me?
And then our first thoughts were, how the hell are we gonna get off this roof?
And also,
because she took the ladder.
It was a loop driveway. Yeah. No one looks around the corner. I was like, I'm gonna get run over here. The neighbor already had to save us once on the roof. He saved us from the bees. Yeah, he brought us a ladder.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. Like, I must have just jumped off.
So the best part about that whole experience was that I was like fine because I was so drunk and I was just laughing. I thought it was so funny, and I was like, I'm just gonna lay down. I wake up, black and blue. Yeah. My entire left side, so black and blue.
And so I was then like,
I go to class because that was a Friday because obviously we skipped class.
Yeah.
I went to class Monday, and Mr. O was like, "Oh, how are you feeling, Emily?" And I was like, he heard that I fell off the roof drunk. Like, I am embarrassed, and I was like, "Oh, I'm just a little sore." He's like, "Oh yeah, your stomach flu's gone," and I forgot. I told him that we had the flu. I remember one time we were going to a class and we couldn't find parking close enough, so we just left and went to lunch. Do you remember we went to
Undercover
Eggplant?
What sounds great right now? Undercover Eggplant. It always sounds good.
How did we get a degree?
I don't. Honestly,
do you ever think about that?
I have the same one twice.
Yes, but do you ever just think about that? Like, I did not apply myself as much as I should have.
No, I didn't do anything.
Like, I think about my work ethic now, which is like really good.
Yeah.
I didn't have that. I did, but not for school.
No. School is. We didn't do anything. I have the same degree. I took the same class twice, and I just
That's because you failed it or you got under a C.
No.
Economics?
No.
Oh.
There was one class that I was sitting in class at FIT, and I was like...
Oh, FIT. I thought you meant Oneonta.
No. I think I finagled with like an extra, that economics class. I said, I gotta get out of here.
See, I knew there was something with the economics
class.
But
I think I managed to just like do an extra credit project. Because I was like, please don't make me do this again. It will not be better.
No.
But in FIT, I was sitting in a class, and I was like, I think I've already taken this class. And then I opened up the book, and I was like, it's the same book.
Didn't you?
So I just sat through the same class twice. I just sat there.
Did you do better?
No. Obviously, I was like, well, I already have an A in this class.
I don't need it again.
I don't need another A.
I remember your second semester schedule of senior year. So you didn't have classes Monday and Tuesday, did you?
No, it was only I had Monday. I only had classes Monday, Tuesday, and then I had like a 3-hour class on Wednesday, and then I just didn't do anything.
I
went to the gym.
Classes
it was actually great.
From 8 to 6 every day.
I don't know what you did.
I cried a lot.
That was such a good schedule.
For you?
Yeah. Emily would be like, getting ready for class, and I'd wake up at 11, and I was like, I think I'm gonna go to the gym.
I'm hand sewing in the corner crying.
Yeah.
You're it's funny because you were in Wilmington, and now you live in Wilmington. Yeah. You were just gone.
I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? Go on spring break for 3 weeks. Thank you, Melissa, for driving Little Blue.
Does she still have that car?
Yeah, she did. Well, she had it whenever the last time I saw her was.
That's concerning.
I think she still does. It's a good little car.
You know what I was just thinking about, too? Do you remember before our party that we threw? We walked around our apartment and played the, if I was a drunk girl here, what would I steal?
Yeah.
We played that game.
hid
And, like,
everything.
half of our stuff was gone.
Yeah. But luckily, we didn't have that much nice stuff.
What top things or what continual things did you steal from houses?
What did I steal?
Like, not just, like, we're not going into people's houses
Yeah.
and stealing. We're going to, like, frat parties.
Yeah.
And, like this was the
But
thing that happened.
you're stealing the things that, like, they stole from somewhere else.
Yeah.
So any kind of, like, bar mat that they obviously stole from
Oh,
the
I didn't
bar,
play by that rule.
I just...
That's
took
how I
it.
got. Remember that one time I put, like, 6 cans of pineapples up my skirt?
Yeah, and I was like, we're gonna make a pie. Yeah, you always stole, like, food or something.
Cans of pineapple. I waddled out of there.
I used to take stuff, like, off the front of the house, and I would be like, what am I doing with this?
I remember during, is it Rush Week's, like, the first week,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Or no, it was before Rush Week. Maybe that was it. I don't know, but it was, like, free parties and shit.
Yeah, that's
So
Rush.
it was junior year, and I was standing outside of a house, and and I was convincing freshmen to pay an entrance fee of $5, and they went up there and they're like, "Oh, we already paid down there," and they were like, "This party's free."
Yeah, you were like, too bad. We used to steal. Remember that house that had all the flamingos?
Yes.
God, we had so many of those flamingos.
Yeah. And
Why did they do that? There was like 60 flamingos. Like, they must know. They're like, this is one for every college kid can have one of these flamingos. Like, everyone was like, did you get that flamingo from
the flamingo house?
The flamingo house?
You're like, yeah.
On Elm? You were like, yeah.
That'd be fun to do, to be a townie and be like, that house,
Yeah.
though. Like, oh, did you get that there?
Did you get that? But, like, otherwise it's not fun.
No. But yeah, toilet paper, obviously. Everyone steals toilet paper.
Toilet paper is that, but when you have the parties, that was the best.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
the world should be on
Hats.
a barter
You
system.
took hats.
Of
The
college.
world should be on.
A barter system of a 19-year-old college girl. Any college
So,
student. So
basically
you go into the
Burning
house.
Man.
Yeah, basically Burning Man. So you go into the house and you're like, you know, I'd love a bev.
Yeah.
Here's $5 and a roll of toilet paper. Everyone's happy.
That's
Win-win.
true. Yeah.
That's how the world should work. Whiny men
Whiny men singing.
singing. Yeah, you're right. Singing is the
And then
a
the
barter system.
the barter sister within mind of a 19-year-old girl.
Yeah.
I don't know. You had a lot of hats, though,
Hats. I
that
took a
you
lot
did
of
not buy.
hats.
You didn't buy any of them.
No, I didn't buy any of them, and then I didn't wear them.
I feel like I started going, like, to a slippery slope of, like, Emily, you should put that back.
Yeah.
And I think it was when I was in a restaurant in our hometown. And my mom goes, where did we get this very nice ceramic teapot?
Yeah.
So,
You were like, guess.
I'm almost sober 2 years, guys.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Congratulations to me.
Yeah.
What else did we steal?
We still...
Steal's a harsh term.
Yeah, steal's a
But
harsh
that is
term.
what happened.
It was definitely a felony at some points, I feel like.
Remember when I almost had a felony?
Yeah. We almost had a felony today, so we haven't grown up that much, I guess.
Oh, yeah, the park ranger yelled at us.
Yeah, for
Not the first
climbing.
time a park ranger yelled at me.
No.
I'm trying to think what else we would take, though.
But I think it was, like, a lot of little stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you don't think it's a big deal, but then you know, like, when you wake up the next day, you're like, what was I even doing?
I just think it's funny that that guy's house, I literally took, like, all their cans of pineapple, and they're gonna be like, well, they're just
They're
like,
gonna be, and also, why did they have so many cans of pineapple?
I know.
What
That
were
questions
they?
me. I have questions.
I stole things. This is full. I stole things that people definitely had stolen, and I was like, "Look at this, it's cool." But I don't think I really. The hats I did, the clothes. I'd always steal like clothes and stuff because I'd be so cold.
But not, like, nice clothes.
No, like a sweater,
A hoodie. Like an
Yeah.
Oneonta hoodie, and then no one
from
could say
people I
that's
knew.
mine. Yeah. Do you remember, though, even people we didn't know? I was just telling this to someone recently. Wasn't it you and I were walking back from the bar and we were cold and we just, like, walked up to someone's house and we're like, hi, can we use your bathroom? We just
Yeah.
walked.
And they let
What a
us.
simpler
It
time.
really was. We were like, please, we're so. They were outside. They must have been, and we were like, please.
No,
please.
they weren't. We could see them
Oh, in the house.
in the house.
'Cause
We
from
we
the
looked
outside.
in through the window,
Yeah.
like,
we were like
dying puppies.
Your children, or your children, your college kids, let us in. And they let us in. I think we had a drink with them.
Probably.
We were just like, okay,
Could you imagine doing that? I wouldn't do that as a
No.
31-year-old.
Well, no, they wouldn't let us in.
That is true.
They'd be like, get off of our property. You're a
That is
grown
very true.
woman.
Oh my god.
No. Oneonta's the best. If you guys are thinking about college listening to this podcast, you should definitely go to Oneonta. SUNY Oneonta, not Harvard.
One of my favorite parts about SUNY Oneonta is that when I started going there, one of the welcoming signs, the one at the bottom of like Deer Path Road that most people didn't see. Not Deer Path, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Deer Path.
And someone spray painted over it, drink till you puke.
Yeah.
Like the first day classes started.
Yes.
And like
that was the only thing. It was so fun.
It was so fun. My favorite part was the house. Well, not the house is my favorite part. But like sketchy basement parties.
Yeah. So many.
And the house that had the beer pong, they had a hole in their ceiling, and you'd play beer pong, and there was a sign next to the hole that said,
Hill?
I don't know.
Oh. But
the sign said, if you notice this hole in our ceiling, you're not drunk enough. Like that's rules for life.
Yeah, it really
honestly
is.
I think Oneonta could run the world.
Oneonta could run the world.
It's very similar to Thailand in many ways.
Yeah.
Not real.
Not real. Free transportation system. Or like for like $1.
Yeah, real cheap.
Yeah.
Tampa sucks at transportation. Did you see that we're getting like airplane taxis?
Like that
I said I am in the wrong tax bracket.
Yeah.
No, literally like Ubers, but like PJs. That to get private jets to get from like Tampa to like St. Pete.
Oh, airplane taxis, not airport taxis.
Oh yeah, airplane taxis.
Airplane taxis. I don't know if anyone wants to live on this planet anymore. I think that's just they're like, how can we get rid of everyone the fastest? Let's fly Tampa to Miami privately.
No, St. Pete.
Fly?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like an Uber. It's like
to fly? It's so close.
I know.
Honestly,
but
I haven't wanted to light so many things on fire until I've come back to America, and I'm ready. If something burns down and I was in the vicinity, know that I did it. Just call the police. Say that we know she's already committed. That's not it. She's already confessed to all the crime. It's like silence. There's not even a thought that goes through my brain. It's like, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
I want to know, because I can't think.
I'll show you the article later, but I'm pretty sure they already like did the test runs and they're launching them and stuff. It's like to make your 40-minute commute an 8-minute commute.
But that's so much effort to get on a plane, I feel like.
So many resources.
And so many resources, but also I'm literally like coming down here, I'm like, I might as well just drive 8 hours, because if not, then it's like 2 hours at the airport. Yeah. Then you wait another hour. Then
so I think it's like
2
more
hours.
of like, it's not like an airport situation. It's like, I think locations where it's like, actually, I don't know, I'm pulling this out of my ass, but like, not an airport, more just like a landing pad thing.
Like Jamestown, when it's like that little strip
maybe
there?
Yeah, I don't know. Terrifying, honestly, kind of terrifying.
Yeah,
I hate that. Like,
who was like, you know what, 40 minutes, it's not it for me. 8 only in the sky.
Also, no one can afford to live here, so I don't know why they're doing this.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
How do I get into that tax bracket?
I'll let you
sell
know.
a kidney.
I thought you were gonna say a kid.
Yeah.
Honestly, you might have to sell a kid.
It'd be like Rapunzel. Nope, that's not it. Who
Rapunzel.
sells the baby? Who sells the baby to
Hillary
the scary
Clinton.
guy? It's a children's story.
Rapunzel.
Snow White?
Oh, Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Isn't that like a dictator?
Yes, Anastasia. I only know Disney references,
Did
I
you
guess.
say Rasputin?
I did. That's his name.
What's his name again?
Rasputin.
I thought you meant like...
I meant Rumpelstiltskin.
No, but I thought you meant like Putin.
Oh, no. But I think Rasputin is from the same country, right?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
They're
both terrible.
I have a note written down in my notes. Did I ever tell you it was post-college? I feel like I have told you this before, but even drunk. Post-college, when I was like dealing with a lot of social anxiety, I was in therapy, as I should be.
Yeah.
Forever. And this therapist lasted 2 appointments. It should have lasted 1. but I gave her the benefit of the doubt. But this second appointment was the one that made me say, I'm done here. She was like, who is someone that you admire, like, socially? And I was like, you know what? My best friend, Lindsay, she's just a social butterfly, and I appreciate her, and I admire that in her. And she said, I want to do an exercise where you act like Lindsay.
Never told me this. And for those of you
And
that
I said, no. And she said, yeah, just, what would Lindsay say? I said, no.
They would have been like calling me out. They would have found me in Thailand and been like, please put this girl in a straitjacket.
Isn't that the weirdest thing you've ever heard?
Also, imagine.
I hope she's still not teaching therapy. I hope she's not a therapist.
Yeah,
she was not a good one.
You're like, sorry, I think maybe I've confused the word admire with something else.
I was like there to like deal with the death of my grandma, and she's like, act like your best friend who flew hundreds of miles, thousands of miles across the country to escape this hellhole we call life.
Yeah, honestly.
But yeah, that happened. I said no, and then I never went back to her.
No, I don't think you ever told me that. And you know what? 21-year-old me was a lot.
We had so much more energy.
I know.
Like, I feel like everything's still the same, but I feel like the lack of energy, but also motivation. We got those. Well, yours is. Mine never will be completed, my prefrontal cortex. But I think that's a lot of it, too.
Yeah.
All right, one more thing I wanted to talk about, though, on this podcast with you. The TV show What Not to Wear.
Okay.
How many people from there are in therapy? Because all of them,
hopefully
they paid for it. Hopefully What Not to Wear paid for their therapy.
And no, I don't. What Not to Wear should pay for it, but whoever's family members signed them up for that show.
Coworkers, friends, your husband, wife. So, okay, the basis of the show, for anyone who doesn't know it, it was like when we were in high school, right? So, like, I don't know, like 2005, 2000 up to 10. And it was with Stacey London.
That girl with the gray hair.
Yeah,
streak.
the streak. And Clinton. Yeah. But they're friends now. They weren't friends for a long time because of the memoir thing. I don't know. But now they're friends again. And so anyway, it was this show where your family members would like write in, or your coworkers, and say, her style sucks.
Yeah, but they wouldn't even be like that.
It was aggressive.
It'd be like, her style sucks, and then you'd go on this show, and they'd be like, sorry, you can keep telling them the premise.
Yeah, and they would be like, so everyone went behind your back to tell us how much they talk shit about you.
Yeah.
And we're here to uproot your life, go through your wardrobe, throw away everything you love, and put you in clothes that you will hate.
Yeah, and then
you should be grateful.
They're like, you should never wear anything like this again. And then it like goes.
They put them in that box.
Yeah.
That like.
That so you can see all the way around. Honestly, the back of me is not my business. Like, I never need to be in a box like that, and also they didn't need to be in a box like that.
It was a box like just of mirrors, but it wasn't even like 4. It was like
a 360 view of.
It was awful.
Of a foot
and then
by
all
foot
of a
by
sudden,
foot by foot.
These 2 ass annoying people, Stacey and Clinton, would all of a sudden show up on your shoulders and be like, "Don't you look awful in the clothes you've been wearing for the past 10 years?"
Yeah,
and
that
they're
no
crying.
one's told you about.
And then there's 3 ways of doing it.
Well, and
right?
they like going on their whole lives too. They're like, by the way, this job is not working. It's like, what's that show now? Queer Eye for the Straight Guy.
Yeah.
Everyone loves it.
Is
it
it
was
very
so
similar?
Nice. And they like change their whole lives, and they like sit down and chat with them, and everyone's like, this is the best thing that happened. It's like, What Not to Wear did this in such a terrible way that Queer Eye had to come in and say, listen,
Queer Eye, or not Queer Eye, What Not to Wear rolled on the floor and shook
and lit on fire
for Queer Eye to run.
Yeah. Queer Eye really said, we watched this and got secondhand trauma. Let's make it better.
We all did.
Yeah.
I literally think about that, and it's so funny because I think about back then, like, I would love to put someone on that show. They would just be so thankful.
Yeah.
And I was like...
But it's, like, also, like, if you really are, like, I'm going to write into this show to, like, tell this person who's my close personal friend and or wife or husband or sibling, whatever, it's, like, just tell them.
Did you watch Snooki's tattoo show?
No.
Snooki and, like, her guy BFF, I'm pretty sure it was him, the guy she's the podcast with.
Yeah.
They,
I love Snooki. She was my role model.
I can't wait to show you these later. she had I can't remember what it was called, but the premise was basically if you had something you had to tell someone close in your life, you would tell them through a tattoo, and they would get it tattooed on them and not know what it was.
Wait. Yes. Also
Awful.
that.
And there was one where this girl got a tattoo like by her like pelvic bone, and it was of a dumpster. And the girl was like, "What are you trying to tell me?" And she goes, "Your pussy stink."
Ew, you know
she had a dumpster tattoo by her vagina.
Yikes.
So honestly,
that could have gone in so many different ways.
But still, that's still better than one not to wear.
Yeah. Because you could just lie. You could just hide it.
Yeah.
Imagine you show up to work. It'd be like Mia Thermopolis in not a good way. You'd like show up to work and be like, it would be like, "What'd you do with your hair?" And you'd be like, everyone so close to me wrote into a TV show to say how much they actually hate everything about me. And here I am now.
And so it is.
I would never recover.
Never. Oh my God, never recovering. I made Lindsay watch 2 episodes of Naked Attractions. It's my new guilty pleasure. Highly recommended. I had multiple people tell me for like months to watch it, and I was like, that doesn't sound something I'd be into, but I'm so into it. But you know why I'm into it? Because it's not American.
Yeah.
If it was the same thing in America, it would be like what not to wear.
Yeah.
It would be awful. But the way that this lady like talks about people's vaginas and boobs and dicks, she'll say the little bits.
Yeah. That's because it's so normal and they're so nice about it.
They're so nice about it. And like
yeah, everyone has a body.
I like watch the show and I like feel good about my body. I'm like, oh wow, like we all have bodies.
I do hate when they naked hug though.
Yeah.
Or like when they stand there and chit chat to each other.
And all of a sudden the dicks get hard.
Yeah, but
you haven't seen that yet.
I haven't seen that yet. But it's like then like only one person is closed, or like both the
hostess.
The hostess is the only one with clothes on. And the whole thing is like a fun idea, but I was like, like every time.
Yeah, it was, especially the hugs.
Sit there and talk about me, and
or
then
when they
show
don't
my
even
face
hug.
And
show my face. And then
talk about me all you want. Don't show my face.
They all have masks on. Get like one of those like Nacho Libre masks.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, that was we should watch another episode after this.
We should.
Kick Roger off of video games.
He'd be so sad.
No, he won't.
He'd probably want to watch it.
I am such a good wife. I literally let people be like, "You let your husband play video games?" I was like,
let him live.
Exactly. Let the husbands live. Let the boys be whiny.
Yeah.
Let the girls steal what they would at 19 years old.
Yeah. Let the girls do crime.
That's
just girl crime.
You're going to say girl crime.
Girl crime.
Girl crime.
It's okay, because we
did that today at a state park.
Today. He yelled at us, and we were like, "We have permission." We wrote an email
2 years ago,
like,
and he said,
"Permission works." She's not wrong.
I was like, "Well, this is news to me because I've gotten everything else I've wanted in this point."
Yeah, actually, you should have been like, "I've been here multiple times, and I have emails to say yes."
Do you know?
It's okay. We climbed another fence anyway. So
yeah, like just one that his truck couldn't get up to.
Sorry, Kevin, or whoever it was, with your khaki pants.
Kevin with the khaki pants.
It's like, the sign is right here, and we were like, "We're not rock climbing.
Yeah.
We're just standing."
We had very nice dresses on. What kind of massacre does he think we were gonna do?
So he was not
terrible. Happy. But yeah, I think that kind of wraps it up. I think if we just keep talking, it's going to keep getting more chaotic, which isn't terrible because I am chaos, and that's why everyone, who listens. Except I am really sad though that on this season, I'm not going to see that 1% of my listeners are in Thailand. You gotta go back.
I'll have to go back and visit. I looked up a plane ticket today, $2,000. I said that's.
Do you leave from Toronto?
From Raleigh.
Ooh, that's why it's expensive.
Yeah. Just typed it in, but I was like, that's.
Just do China Air and drug yourself. That's what I did.
Yeah, I should just swim across.
Maybe take that plane, the one going to St. Pete. Ask if they're not using it for a few days.
Sorry, private.
Hey, if Helen Keller can fly a plane, I can do anything.
Yeah, did she?
Yes.
Did she really?
Didn't you know that? No. I don't think she can.
I don't really
think
I follow that much with Helen Keller.
Honestly, I know we just said we were about to stop talking, but I honestly think conspiracy theory, Helen Keller.
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
How would you know anything?
Why was she so popular?
Yeah.
I'm pretty stupid.
This could take a turn quickly.
So that about wraps
Yeah,
up.
so on that note, let's actually I'm pretty stupid.
But I do have one question for you.
Yeah.
And I did it. Usually I prep people.
No.
No, I thought yours would be, I don't know, easy to come to you. But what is one thing you have stopped faking that has made your life better?
Oh yeah, this is easy. If I don't want to do something, I just am like, no. And people will be like, no, but Lindsay, come on. And I'm like, no. And you really can't tell me. Like, no one can tell me anything.
So I know I get that from you, and I love it. It's fucking boundaries.
I'm like, I just don't want to do that. It's like when Phoebe on Friends, and she's like, oh, I would help you, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
And I really am, like, people will be like, let's do this. And I'm like,
I'm not going to lie to myself.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, but you know what sounds like more fun? Anything but that.
Yeah. And it's always, like, stuff, too. Like, it can be anything from, like, hey, can you get me a napkin to can you drive me from the airport?
Yeah.
Boundaries are boundaries. If I say no, why do we always have to say yes?
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
Yeah. So I just am like,
everyone follow Lindsay on Instagram, and she'll teach you just how to say no.
Yeah, just look at my life. You'll be like, wow, she should have said no a lot sooner to some things. It's a new habit.
It's nice, though.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's thanks to COVID anxiety. I'm like, oh, you know what doesn't sound nice? Anything that involves anyone outside. Bad.
Oh my god. Well, that wraps up season fucking 1. Oh, no, season 2, episode 1.
We don't know. I'm just here, I'm doing my best.
I'm just here for the ride.
Yeah, I just showed up.
All right. Well, everyone follow the podcast Instagram. My new Instagram, Ho Gives No Fucks, R.I.P. R.I.P. Ho Gives No Fucks. That's not the name. The name is Emily E. Bracey Comedy. But if you do go to Ho Gives No Fucks, eventually there will be like a redirection depending on when you're listening to this. But hope you had a good New Year's. Oh, and follow Hold My Headache on Instagram. That's my brother. He does the intro music for the podcast. And look him up on Spotify. Thank you for listening. Go rate us 5 stars.
Yeah.
And think of it as like good karma. You know, like when people say, do you want to donate $1 to these people who are dying and poor and like just less than? That is the same. I'm crossing a line again, aren't I?
Yeah, that
just give me a 5-star rating. It helps, okay? I don't do ads yet. Like, say thank you that way.
Give us a 5-star rating because we are both 5 stars.
I like that.
Yeah.
Two halves.
Two
halves of a brain. But 5 whole stars.
2 halves of 2 hands, 5 stars, 5 fingers on each. High five.
Bye.